Mwah.
Hey my loves, welcome back to my channel. If you are new to my channel, my name is Yana and this is Alybeauty. Today I will be talking about my April Boxy charm. I know that it is a little late, but I also got it a little late and I do not want to skip out on doing this video just because it came late. So I will be talking about the products that I'm wearing on my face, and if you are interested, go ahead and keep watching. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start with the brow product. As you can see, I already applied it onto one of my brows and now I'm going to apply it to my other brow. The first thing is that it's a little too light. I would have preferred maybe like just a bit darker for my hair color because the hair color on my brows is black and my brow hairs are very thick, as you all can see. So this is the Brow Gal by Tanya Crooks, and it's the Tinted Brown Hair 02 Tinted Brow Gel with microfibers. So this reminds me of that one like clear gel that came out a couple months ago, like sometime last year, and like I know that Manny MUA reviewed it and he applied it on his brows and it just kind of like glued his brows down, but it did have like those little black fibers in it that made it look like he had more brow hairs. So it's kind of like that, but not so wet looking. Like you can see, and it looks natural. It just looks like a natural tint. So I do like that. So like I said, had it just been a little bit darker, it would have been perfect. I can see myself using this as a finishing product after I do my brows. I think this is one of my next favorites. And especially when I'm on the run, like I'm always busy. So I think this is perfect to just apply my brow and skedaddle. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply it. So this is the bottle. And then you have the applicator. It's like a really small applicator. And I'm just going to go ahead and start applying some. So you can definitely see that it darkens the brows. Definitely. Looking at it in the viewfinder, and they look pretty nice. I do have to go in and kind of clean up some of the edges just because it gets a little bit messy to apply. So this would definitely be your first step if you're just going to use it to tint your brows. Now, if you're just going to use it as a topper, then obviously you go carefully and you don't need as much product. So it's really easy to clean off. I did, as you all saw, I did a lot of cleaning with my finger and it just comes off. So it's really smooth and it's really easy to clean up, like I said. And this product retails for a whopping $22. So just with this product, you have already gotten your box's worth. So this month's box is very good. The next product that I tried and I really liked it was the Pores No More Vacuum Cleaner by Dr. Brant. And this is a mask, and look at how small this is. But you will not believe how much this little thing retails for. This retails for 47 buckaroonies. 47. Let's let that sink in for a little bit. This little thingy, $47. So you've definitely gotten your box's worth with this one right here. And this is the actual size of the product. This is a full size bottle. I even looked it up on Sephora and that's how much it cost, $47. So this is a mask and it's kind of like a gel consistency. And it's got like these little beads. I don't know if you can see that one there. When you rub it on, it turns kind of like, it's a little bluish. When you apply it, it gives you like this really cooling sensation. If you've seen the video where I talk about my favorite skincare products, or is it my skincare routine video, I can't remember which one, but in one of those two videos I talk about my Artistry white clay mask and the sensation that it gives me, how it's like really cold. It's so cold that it almost feels like it's burning your face, but it's really not. So this mask gives me the exact same sensation, if not just a little bit stronger. So when I put it on, I was like, oh my god, like it feels really cold. But then I was like, it's not harming me because my Artistry mask has the same sensation. So I let it do its thing, and after a while the sensation goes away. So you're supposed to leave it on for like 5 to 10 minutes, and then after that, as you can see, it starts to harden a little bit and it starts to turn more of like a ghostish white color, and then that's when you know it's time to take it off. And after that, your face feels so soft, it feels so smooth, and you just feel refreshed because since it was so cold, it feels really refreshing. So I really recommend this mask. If you can get your hands on it, I really recommend it. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. And what I enjoyed the most was that I got it for $21 and it was really $47. This next product, I actually haven't played with it yet, and I'm going to do that with you all on camera. I'm going to give you my first impressions. This is the You Had Me at Hello palette by Colourpop. So if you all follow Colourpop and you all follow Kathleen Lights, you would know that back in October, she was supposed to release the Lumina palette. Now, take it back 1 month, in September, that whole ordeal happened where she unfortunately said the N-word and Jaclyn Hill accidentally posted it. Not trying to be shady, but I don't know, that seemed shady to me. Like, Kathleen straight up said don't post that, and she posted it. But anyway, Jaclyn, I still love you. Like I said, this palette was supposed to launch in October, and out of nowhere the company just decides to pull the launch and it didn't happen. So with that being said, all those Lumina palettes were ready to go. For a company to pull a product and just scrap it, that costs them a good pretty penny. So instead of scrapping it, what they did was they changed the name of the palette and they also changed the name of the shadows. Now supposedly they also changed the color shadows themselves, but I don't know how true that is. On the Boxy Charm Instagram, I was being a little shady, I was being a little petty, I'll admit it, guys. There was a video of a Boxy girl doing a tutorial with this palette, and I say, I'm so petty sometimes, guys, I'm sorry. So I commented saying that's actually the Lumina palette by Kathleen Lights, and she quickly responded saying, no, that's the You Had Me at Hello palette by Colourpop. That's the You Had Me at Hello palette. You can check Colourpop's statement. So I went, you know me, I went into Colourpop and I was searching for the statement. I searched for it on the internet. Maybe I didn't search for it hard enough. If you all find it, please let me know and I will be glad to read it. But up until now, I personally haven't seen a Colourpop statement talking about, you know, this whole thing. But where the controversy started was that Colourpop usually prints everything on the actual packaging. Like this one, you see how it's printed? The front, this is a sticker. Now, there have been a lot of people that have peeled off the sticker and below it you'll see the Lumina by Kathleen times Colourpop. So I don't want to do that because I've had enough proof that this was the Lumina palette. I don't want to do that to my palette because I feel like breaking makeup is disrespectful to makeup. That's just me. I love packaging. I love having my makeup pretty. I get pissed when I accidentally dig my nail into my shadows because it just ruins them. That's just me. So, but you all can see, like, you know, Kathleen Lights, her theme is always like lights, and it comes from that John Mayer song, Keep Me Where the Light Is. This was the only palette that was going to have a mirror. That's why this palette retails for $18 versus the regular $16 that these palettes retail for. And well, on top of the mirror, I don't want to blind you all because of my lights, but on top of the mirror, it has the same little lights here. But yeah, that was just a little info about this palette. If you didn't know, now I know that's been all over the internet. I read about this and coincidentally, it came in my Boxy Charm. So I'm going to go ahead and apply a little bit of primer on my eyelids, and I'm going to get to playing with this palette. Now, right off the bat, I don't see anything like that stands out. It reminds me of a mixture of palettes. Like, it reminds me of the Naked 3 palette because it's got like those little rosy shades. Actually, let me bring that palette. Okay, so it's not an exact dupe. I think the shades in this palette are a little more dusty, and these are a little bit more on like the pinky mauve, but I don't know, for some reason it reminded me of that palette. And it also reminds me of the Tarteist in Bloom palette. I don't know why in camera these shadows look a little bit more brown, but it's like, you know, like this palette is really great. Like the shadows are very buttery, and this palette to me is just a little too similar. So if you already have this palette, this is not that far from it. So yeah, this palette is like really basic to me. It doesn't like jump out at me like, oh my god, I need that palette. Like, you can do some smoky looks, but they're pretty like just the basic, you know. Like, I can use my Modern Renaissance palette for this, or I can use my Soft Glam palette, or I could use my Tarteist in Bloom palette. So if you have those palettes, you're not missing out on anything with with this palette if you don't have it. Just saying. Let's go ahead and get some primer on. I will say that the mirror is a really nice feature. It just makes it easier to travel with. Like, if you don't have any of the other palettes and you buy this palette, this is a good basic palette to have. Okay, so I'm going to go in with this shade right here. This is called 2 Peas and it's like a butterscotch color. I tried doing swatches for you guys and it's not working out. I need to learn how to get that whole swatch thing going on in the videos. But I'm going to take my flat shader brush from the Sephora Pro line. This is number 14 and I'm just going to apply that all over my lids. So there is some fallout on the shadows. I don't know if you can see that there. I really don't mind fallout. Like I've told you before, fallout just allows the shades to be a little bit more buttery and more blendable. So you gotta give some, you gotta lose some. Okay, so now I'm going to go into this shade right here and this is called Want You Back. And I'm going to take a crease brush from the Sephora Pro line once again, and this is number 38. And I'm just going to add that into my crease. Wow, this shade is really pigmented. Even though this is a pretty basic palette, the shadows are really good, not even gonna lie. Now I'm going to take that same shadow with that same brush and just apply it more into the crease, just to deepen out that crease. Now I'm going to take this shadow down here, it's called Sparks Fly, and I'm just going to take a crease brush and I'm going to add that into my outer V lightly. And just lightly, I'm going to hold the brush by the very end and just lightly apply it in there. And now I'm going to go into this shade right here. This is like a gold shimmer shade and it's called Fool's Rush. Now you do see that there are 2 golds. This one's just a little bit darker. I'm just going to take a small flat shader brush and dip that in there and apply it onto my inner corner to the center of my lid. So now I'm going to take this shade right here called Moonstruck and I'm going to add that onto my brow bone for some highlight. So now I'm gonna go finish my face off camera and I will be right back to finish the eyes. Alright, so now that your girl has her mask on, let's go ahead and finish the rest of these eyeballs. So I'm just gonna take a smudge brush and I'm going to apply that dark brown shade right here onto the outer corner of my lower lash line. And now I'm just going to use that same flat shader brush that we used for that highlight and I'm going to apply some onto my inner corner and the inner part of my lower lash line. And now I'm going to tightline with a brown liner and I'm going to add a cream liner to my waterline. And now I'm going to add some mascara and you all know my trusty handy dandy Artistry Length and Definition. If you are interested in purchasing any Artistry products that I have talked about, I can now leave a link down below for you all to shop from my personal shop. Okay, so the next product I'm going to talk about is this highlighter from Tarte. I have to say that it isn't my favorite. I already tried it. I don't know, it just feels like really glittery. It comes off creamy like it says it does, but I don't know, it just... So this is what it looks like out of the bottle. I don't know if you can tell. So it's like a cream consistency, right? But after, like, it just dries down so quickly and it's so hard to spread and it just looks chunky. That's what I can say. It looks chunky and it's glittery and I don't like it. But I'm going to go ahead and apply it for you all to see. So it doesn't give me that smooth finish that other highlighters give me, and I really don't like that because it's really hard to spread. Even if I take my brush that I use for highlight, it's hard to spread. Like, I really have to work at it for it to spread, and I don't feel like you should work that hard to get a glow. And it's not even like a blinding glow. I honestly feel like my Amrezy highlight gives me more of a glow without even having to work so hard for it. Those are my thoughts on that. And that product retails for $29. Alright, and last but not least, the next product is this liquid lipstick. I haven't really tried this on, so I can't tell you much about it. It's like it smells like butterscotch candy. Oh, that is so good. I want to eat it. It's kind of like a brownish nude color. Oh, and it's very pigmented. Oh, I just realized I didn't line my lips. Oh well. Looking at it in the viewfinder, looks good. In person, it looks good. It's just a little bit sticky. I don't know if it's because it hasn't dried down. Let me read what the product says. So this is the Adesso High Definition Liquid Lipstick. It's a luxurious, creamy, long-wearing liquid lipstick. Provides a dazzling full coverage of a lipstick with the ease of a wand applicator. Made with advanced polymers and intense pigments for long-lasting, brilliant color and intense shine in a single sweep. Cruelty-free, gluten-free, paraben-free, and EU compliant. I really like the fact that it's not so liquidy. It is very creamy, and to me that makes it easier to apply just because it's harder to mess up. When you have those very liquidy liquid lipsticks and you apply it, it's like a lot of product comes on at once and it leaves like those harsh lines, and it can get very messy very quickly. And with this, I didn't feel that. I had to kind of like, if you notice, I didn't put on lip liner, but with this I was able to line my lips and it was great. So far I really like it. I would have to test out the longevity of it, and it does feel a little tacky, so it doesn't dry down matte. So these are the products that I got in my BoxyCharm, and this month's box has a total of $122, and I only paid $21 for it. So was it worth it? Yes, it was, because there were a lot of products here that I liked. There was only one product that I really didn't like, and that was that highlight. Alright babes, so that was it for this review of my BoxyCharm. If you liked this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and leave some comments down below. I would love to hear from you, and that is it for this time. I will see you in my next one. Bye.